Are you ready? This list is going to be legend, wait for it, dairy. Yeah. How I Met Your Mother premiered on CBS in the fall of 2005 and became an immediate hit and hands down my personal favorite sitcom of all time. The series is set in New York, focused on a group of friends in their 20s living together in different combinations, but the show became much more to many viewers. Along the way, we follow main character Ted Mosby, played by Josh Radnor, whose life is narrated by the late great Bob Saget, playing future Ted. Along the way, the series creators dropped some Easter eggs and slipped in some things that you may not have realized or have just known about the cast in general. So, after rewatching the show over 500 times, I don't have a problem. Let's dive into some of them. I'm Mike from Collection of Madness, and these are the top 10 things you didn't notice or know about How I Met Your Mother. As always, before we start the video, make sure to subscribe. It's free, like 100% free, and we will love you for it. Not that we don't love you now, but just a little less if you're not subscribed, so guilt plug. Number 10, each member of the group has a failed engagement. The 5 main characters all have had a failed engagement at some point over the series. Marshall and Lily, the beloved couple, broke up before finally tying the knot early on in the series. Ted and Stella in season 4, Robin and her former therapist Kevin, which, yeah, don't date the shrink Sherbatsky, and finally, Barney and Quinn. Luckily, each one would find their way eventually at the wrap-up of the series, but it took these failed engagements in order for each of them to find the true loves of their lives. Number 9, all the series stars' husbands have cameos. 3 of the main cast members, Allison Hannigan, Neil Patrick Harris, and Colby Smulders, recruited their spouse to work on How I Met Your Mother. Hannigan's husband of Buffy the Vampire Slayer fame, Alexis Denisof, plays newscaster Sandy Rivers. Taran Killam, SNL alumni, is married to Colby Smulders and appears as a lawyer named Gary Blauman, most notably for The Gallman Crashes the Wedding. And David Bertka, the husband of Neil Patrick Harris, plays Lily's obsessed ex-boyfriend Scooter. Each pair would not be the love interest of their actual partners in this series, making their cameo moments even more hilarious. Number 8, creator cameo. Craig Thomas and Carter Bays, the creators of the series, dropped in for a special appearance in Season 1, Episode 21, titled Milk. Seems familiar. Both men appear as fake paramedics from the local theater company to help Barney pull off his most elaborate pickup line of the series to that point, turning an interaction into an over-dramatic stage display asking a woman if it hurt when she fell from heaven. This would be the one and only appearance by the 2 creators on the entire series. Number 7, Robin walks down the aisle to Sandcastles in the Sand. If you don't enjoy the classics, Let's Go to the Mall and 2 Beavers Are Better Than One, then are you even human? Yes, Robin's childhood star persona, Robin Sparkles, is an essential part of the How I Met Your Mother series, and other gags depend on the character. The slap bet stems from Robin's secret in Season 2, the song Murder Train from Season 3, but something you may not have noticed was Robin walking down to the aisle on her wedding day when being married to Barney Stinson to her ballad of Sandcastles in the Sand. Number 6, both lead actresses were pregnant through Season 4. Both characters, Lily and Robin, were real-life pregnant towards the end of Season 4 going into the 5th season. Even though the characters were not pregnant in the show, the crew had to get creative. Allison Hannigan got to sport her baby bump on the show when Lily conquers a hot dog eating contest in Season 5, but most of that season, Robin and Lily wore baggy tops and carried large bags to hide their growing bellies. Number 5, Friends and How I Met Your Mother share something in common. Ann Dudek can't seem to find love in New York City. She plays the girl that Ted dumps on her birthday, multiple times, and in an episode of Friends, she plays Paul Rudd character Mike's ex-girlfriend, Precious, who he has to break up with after returning from Barbados in Season 10, Episode 1. After Ted decides to get back with her, he quickly realizes he does not love her, dumping her again and getting a roundhouse kick to the face. Number 4, Ted's children filmed all their scenes in 2006. How I Met Your Mother premiered in 2005 and didn't know how long it would be on the air. The writers actually planned Ted's early love interest Victoria as the mother if the series was not renewed or picked up for a second season. But in Season 2, Bays and Thomas filled all the scenes with Ted's children, played by David Henry and Lindsay Fonseca, as they wouldn't stay kids forever. However, the 2 would be there for the final screening of the last season to see their wonderful performances throughout the year. Number 3, Robin gave away her dogs because Josh Radnor was actually allergic. Ted describes his ideal woman as a dog lover from early episodes, but one small little hiccup there was the writers didn't know until late into the filming that Radnor was severely allergic to dogs, which led to the season 2 storyline about Robin sending her dogs upstate to live with her aunt and special friend. Radnor would only film 2 scenes around the dogs, then would have to rush to the restroom to get away from any more allergic reactions. Talk about a rough time, huh? Number 2, Ted dates around 30 women throughout the series. In Ted's search for the one, quote-unquote, he dates a lot of women over the 9 seasons of How I Met Your Mother. Some of his paramours, like Victoria or Stella, last multiple episodes, whereas special guests like Mandy Moore and Rachel Bilson drop in just for cameos. Not all the women or stories were a hit, but we got to see some crazy characters that Ted got to date throughout the series before finally finding the one in Tracy. And number 1, only 4 directors worked on the series. Part of How I Met Your Mother's continuity must come from so few cooks in the kitchen. Pamela Fryman directed 196 of the 208 episodes, including the series finale. Rob Greenberg directed 7 episodes, Michael Shea did 4 episodes, and even Neil Patrick Harris made his directorial debut on episode 101, titled Jenkins. Awesome. And that's our list. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, check out more great mad content. We'll see you later. Oh, yeah.